Hey bestie, I'm getting ready to go to a baseball game and I thought I would show you how I'm doing my makeup for 95-degree weather. This is the bulletproof base routine. When I say bulletproof, I mean sweat-proof, transfer resistant, waterproof, like smudge-proof, budge-proof, literally bulletproof. This makeup isn't going anywhere. It's going to stay on all night. This game is at 7 o'clock, but it's still supposed to be 92 degrees. So it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna be sweating. I'm also gonna be wearing a hat. So I need to make sure that my makeup isn't going to transfer to the inside of my hat, and also it's not going to be slipping and sliding around my face. So let me show you how I did it. We're starting out with Prep Skin. I've already added my toner, my hyaluronic acid serum, and lots of sunscreen. We're going to start off with our first layer, which is going to be foundation. I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation because this is just a tried and true for me. This is the shade 5.25. My other alternative to a tried and true is the House Labs foundation, and then a drugstore alternative for me is the L'Oreal True Match. I prefer blending this in with a brush, so I'm using my BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm just pushing this foundation into my skin. As you can see, we're matching the body, not the face. Okay, the key here is going to be to avoid the under eye area. I only want to put concealer there, so I'm not going to put any foundation or anything else underneath my eyes because I don't want it to get super cakey and super heavy, but everywhere else has a nice light layer of foundation. And now we're going to go in with concealer. For a concealer, for me, it's usually one of these two options. This is Natasha Denona concealer, and then this is the Hourglass Vanish concealer. I'm going to use this one today because my Natasha one is a little too light for me. This is the shade Pearl, and I'm a little heavy-handed with concealer just because I like to have like the highlighted look. I like to have some dimension. This is the placement for that, and then I'm going to blend with another BK Beauty brush. This is the 109, and I love this one because it's just like a mini 101. Look how quick and easy that was. And then I'm going to use whatever's left over on my eyelid to get rid of any of my eyelid discoloration. Okay, now that our canvas is nice and blank, we're going to add dimension back. I'm going to start with cream bronzer. This is the Rare Beauty cream bronzer stick in the shade Always Sunny. So creamy, it's easy to blend. I love this cream bronzer. Like, I've repurchased it multiple times, and I will continue to because it is absolutely gorgeous. And another brush to blend. This is the BK Beauty 106. Okay, our favorite part, liquid blush. I have been obsessed with these from Giorgio Armani. I cannot help it. Like, I literally can't put them down. This is the mauve shade, and I'm obsessed with her. Blend this in with the Patrick Ta blush brush. Yeah, do not be afraid to go heavy-handed here because blush is the thing that's going to wear down the fastest throughout the day as you're wearing it. That's why we're going to layer. We're going to do a layer of all of our creams just like we just did, and then we're going to set everything with powder, and then we're going to go back in with powder versions of all the cream products that we used. I like to go kind of heavy-handed with my blush because, like I said, that's the first thing that wears down throughout the day, and I want to make sure that I have some color left on my face at this ball game later. Okay, for setting powder, it's always one of two for me, either Huda Beauty or the Givenchy Prisme Libre. I love my Huda Beauty powder, please do not get me wrong, but I have just been obsessed with my Givenchy lately, like within the past week. So I'm going to be setting with this one. This is shade number 2 Satin Blanc. Go in under the eyes and press with a powder puff and really like push the powder into my under eyes so that I don't have a bunch of little creases. Other places I like to set with powder, it's pretty much everywhere that we did concealer. So I like to go right up underneath where we did our contour, my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and then of course the center of my forehead. I'm a pretty oily girl, so I like to set pretty heavy duty. If you're not as oily as me, don't worry about it. You can just set lightly with a little bit of powder and you should be fine. But for me, in a couple hours, you could practically see a reflection in my forehead. Okay, now we're going to start that layering technique. So everywhere that we did cream bronzer or liquid bronzer, we're going to do powder. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade 2, and it is a matte bronzer. I'm just going to tap that right over the top everywhere that we did our cream earlier. Just like basically going to lock it in. I always say that this is like acting as a dual layer of product, so you have 2 layers of bronzer, and as the day goes by and your top layer starts to wear down, you still have a little bit left over underneath, so all your makeup isn't wearing off at the same time. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use Patrick Ta, not too much, and I'm going to do this on a fluffy brush. This is the Patrick Ta blush brush, and I'm just going to go right over the top of where we did our blush earlier. And I love this combo. I think it is so stinking cute. I love blush. I always have to put some on my chin. I've also been loving putting some kind of like on my forehead and then on my nose. Just like give me this super sun-kissed look. We're going in with our first layer of setting spray. This is from Scandinavia. This is the key. This is my ride or die. I will never do makeup without this because it is my favorite setting spray. It's an OG for a reason. This creates like a film over your makeup so that it does not budge, and it's transfer resistant. So like the hat that I'm going to be wearing later, it's not going to transfer on the inside of, which is incredible. Okay, so I'm going to lightly mist my face with this. I'm getting really low. It's time to buy another one. And I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you my finishing touches. BRB. Okay, the rest of our makeup is all done, and now we're going in with the One Size On Till Dawn because one setting spray is not enough. Hold your breath, brace yourself. This is gonna be like, this will literally choke you out, but it's worth it. Literal hairspray. We'll do a second coat just for good measure. All right, to really drive it home, I'm really gonna prove my point here. This is a clean paper towel. Nothing. Oh, this is from my finger. But nothing. Clean. Isn't that crazy? I'm telling you, this is the routine. You need it. If you want your makeup to stay on in 90+ degree weather, this is the routine. Anyway, love you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will see you again soon. Bye, bestie.